Hi guys, welcome to the next video. This is keyword content part 2, or I should say, not so much part 2, but the second way that you can write the content. So what we had a look at in the last video is the first way. There's loads of ways that you can write keyword content. And again, what you're using this information for when you're writing your keywords is just to see which method works best for your keywords. Okay, so the first method that we looked at was like top 5 things that you can do and so on, and that will work for any keyword. But let's say if you've got more of a specific approach. Okay, so I've picked out an example here on Uber suggest using the heartburn example, but you can do it with any product. So I'm going to mix and match some different niches as well to show you it works in any niche. It does require some research, this stuff. But what happens if you've got a keyword that's very specific, meaning it's very much like a question? So you could actually, so the example I've got here is milk for heartburn, okay, and all the stuff, is milk good for heartburn, and all of the different phrases that come in. And you could use the keyword content method part 1, and you could say top 5 reasons that milk will work to soothe your heartburn. Okay, so you could do it like that, but what I'm going to do is tell you a way that you can make it very focused, so it's another way of doing it. And what you can do, it's as simple as this. You could write the article and you're focusing in this case, milk for heartburn. So you might make the title, does milk work to cure heartburn? The answer revealed here, and a remedy that can soothe your heartburn. So what I'm doing there in the title is giving them the answer that they want. So you always want to make sure that your content gives them the answer that they want. It will rank better as well. So the first thing that we're going to look at is, does milk work to soothe your heartburn? And then you'll give them the solution. Again, talking about the free help stuff that we're doing. So like the goodwill that we're giving people and free help. You don't just want to promote the product. What you'd have then is an article exploring, does milk work for heartburn, backing up any sources you can find. And again, you can research this all really quick. Look, here we go. WebMD, a health site. In this case, really easy. While it's true that milk can temporarily buffer stomach acid, nutrients in milk, particularly fat, may stimulate the stomach to produce more acid. So you can construct an article, again, not by copying, but by, you could even answer these questions. What gets rid of heartburn? What do I drink? Does water help? What food or drink? Okay, so there's loads of stuff. Can drinking milk help my heartburn? But the process that you want to do in this particular phrase is give them everything in the title that they need. So the title will be something like, does drinking milk help with heartburn? Or does drinking milk give you a heartburn remedy? And then you answer that question first, and then in the next section you'd actually give them the remedy. So if milk didn't work, you'd actually say milk will only give you a short-term remedy, as we explored here. And one of the ways you can get around this is by drinking fat-free skimmed milk, as the fat won't agitate your stomach so much. Okay, so you're just researching and putting it in your own words. So now you've got a section saying all about milk for a heartburn remedy and the pros and cons. And then you've got the best thing to try if you're going to use milk for heartburn. And then you'd have other remedies. So you'd give other remedies. Okay, so here we go. Herbal tea. And there's loads of information. Here we go. I'm not saying copy. Again, this is important. You're not just copying and pasting. But you've got herbal tea, low fat or skim milk, plant-based milk, fruit juice, smoothies, water, coconut water, drinks to avoid. So you can piece together your own content from this, and you're going to have a well-structured article around that key phrase, and it's going to rank. Okay, so we've got our sections. We've got our main, giving them what they want straight away. Does milk work? Pros and cons. Yes, it does, as long as you use skimmed milk. Should you drink full-fat milk to cure heartburn? The fats will agitate the stomach, as we had a look at. Other remedies or other heartburn drinks that you can try that will soothe the stomach, and you can piece it together from here. And then you've got your main answer to the question. You've got a next section offering help, so that other remedies is offering help. And then you say at the bottom of the article, if you're interested in heartburn relief, do check out this guide. It's relatively inexpensive. There's a 60-day guarantee, and it's well worth a look if you have extreme heartburn. And then you just put a link, and that's all you have to do for the sales. Okay, not a big sales pitch, because the help that you're giving them will be enough. And here's the thing: milk for heartburn, 4,400 searches, 16 search difficulty. So if you actually wrote a well-constructed article in your own words that actually gave help and was split up into sections, covering each one of those sections, you can do it for any niche. You're going to rank, you're going to get a lot of visits, and you're going to get sales going through to your product. The only reason that you wouldn't is if they're just not clicking on the link going through to the ClickBank product or any other affiliate product that you're promoting. And then all you have to do is put a link at the top and in the middle as well. Again, not being overly pushy, but you just put it in where it's relevant to do so. I'll talk about that later in the course. But that keyword method is fantastic for pretty much any keyword that's more specific as a question. So we looked at keyword content 1, keyword content 2 this video, if you write your keywords like that, for any specific, so stuff like this, milk with heartburn, or you could have, I'll give you another example, chocolate milk for heartburn, warm milk for heartburn, and so on. Okay, I know these searches aren't that huge down here, but you know, if I do this, I'll just show you. Heartburn again, just type in the root key phrase. And you had our keyword content method 1, like top 10 tips for XYZ, top 10 tips if you suffer from heartburn in pregnancy, and so on, that you can use with any of these. But here we go. Top 10 heartburn natural remedies, 14,800 searches. Top 10 remedies for heartburn during pregnancy. And if you have like the milk thing, like does milk work, if it's something like specific, does milk, here we go, does milk help with heartburn, then you follow what I've just said in this video to write that article and construct it, and have an article that when you start SEOing it as well, which we'll look at, you will get really, really good results. So the next thing we'll look at is another keyword content piece way. This is just giving you go-to ways that you can write any content. You can use all of them just for the content on your site, or you can mix and match them, whatever you find easiest. But that way, I tell you what happens, you end up with a well-written article, you end up with more than enough content, you end up getting ranked, and it's just the work being put in for the content. But if you write that way, it will work really, really well for you. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.